guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing all right, and welcome to my first ever pack with me. I always love a pack with me. I'm quite a nosy person, so I really like to see what other people take on holiday with them, how they pack things. So I just thought if you're interested, come and be nosy with me, see what I'm taking with me. We go on holiday to Morocco in a couple of weeks' time. Never been to Morocco before, don't really know what to expect. We are staying in an all-inclusive hotel, so at least I know that there are going to be some things there that I'm going to be able to eat. And we are going with Daniel's cousin and her husband, and then supposed to be going with another family member, but they pulled out at the last minute, so another set of friends is joining us. So we are going to have the best time. I think at the moment travel organisers are just the in thing, so I've actually got 3 travel case organisers. If you didn't watch last week's vlog, it was a haul and 2 of the organisation packs are actually in there. I bought this little case from TK Maxx. I think this is going to be more handy for like wash stuff, products, that kind of thing. And then I bought this 8-piece travel set from Temu. This was only like £8 I think, so really good price for 8 bags. And then I believe I bought this from Temu as well. I think it was from Temu, I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to be what I put my makeup in, just so that I can quickly unfold it, use it, put it back in again. Now I have to admit I am running very behind. I have 2 hours to film this in, which might seem like a lot, but when you have as much to pack as I have, low-key quite nervous. I have got my cup of tea on hand though to keep me going. I thought I'd show you the suitcase that I'm taking. Now, I bought this set of 3 suitcases from Amazon probably about 2 years ago, and they come in a set of 3. This is the medium suitcase. I'm not best pleased, I'm not gonna lie. I think I paid about 150 quid, which I know for 3 suitcases is quite cheap. But just be wary. The larger suitcase, this handle broke, and then the littler one, these came off. And that's where you put your key on, you know, to lock the suitcase. So without that, it can't be locked. So this is the only one that has lasted. It still has my last tag on. Where did we go? Oh, Fuerteventura in May. Oh, love a bit of Fuerteventura. Anyway, moving on. Who doesn't like a list? I've written out my list into sections of different things that I'm packing. I've got a lot of things to sort out before I even pack. So let me just quickly show you what we've got to work with. Okay, so we've got all this, which might not look like a lot, but believe me, there is quite a bit. So take this time to pause the vlog, go and get a cup of tea if you haven't done already, while I sort out this mess, and I shall see you in a sec. Okay, so I've laid everything out on the bed for you. So this is stage 1. I've tried to section everything into bits that I'm going to pack. So we're starting off with hair care. Oh, I forgot my straighteners. Now, I do have the Dyson hair wrap and the Dyson straightener set, but because they're worth so much money, I don't really want to take them on holiday with me. So I'm using my old straighteners. So I've got like all my little hair scrunchies here. I've got some hair grips, some hair bubbles, my hair straighteners, as I said, my curling brush, hairbrush. I'm taking my treatment serum oil for my hair, my heat protective spray, and then some shampoo and conditioner. I'm taking these big ones because I know that Alfie and Daniel will both use these, so we'll use these within about a week if we're washing our hair every day. To sun care now, and I've got 2 sets of sun cream. I have to use Factor 50 most of the time because I come back like a lobster. If not, I don't ever tan, I just go red. But I've also bought this in a 30 just in case it's not too bad. Let's see if we can get a little bit of tan. And then some after sun. I've got this little Lush shower gel. I was going to bring my Baylis and Hardy, but it's that big. I think I'm only going to need a little bottle just because we're there for 7 days. Palmer's body lotion. I absolutely love this stuff. I think it smells like holidays, so I always bring that along. Going on to my face products, I always use these. They're about half full each, which is perfect because then they're not going to be as heavy. And then I'm also going to take my black tea night solution, a little bottle of my cellar water, and my cotton pads to take my makeup off with. Then I've got a little tiny razor just to use while we're there. Some Mitchum deodorant. I heard that this is really good for if you get really sweaty, so it's going to be very hot out there and I don't want to take that risk, so I'm going to try the gel out. Perfumes now, we have Lady Million and my Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. These two are my favourite scents. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to take, so I'm going to take both of them. Then my little compact mirror, my eyebrow thing, my makeup brush holder, my wash thing when I put my makeup on. Now, I know that you all say, Ellie, you do not need that much makeup, but I'm one of them people that if I don't take it, I'll regret it and I wish I bought it. So I'm just going to bring everything anyway. I have my Tom Ford foundation. I had to buy this in a different colour because my usual one had sold out and been sold out for ages. So I've risked it. Let's hope that it's okay. Got a highlighter, bronzer, powder foundation, my concealer, 2 sets of eyeshadows, a whole range of eye pencils because again I don't know what I'm going to do, a black and a blue mascara, 3 little lip pencils, and then a whole range of lipsticks and lip glosses, and then finally my setting spray. So I'm going to go ahead and pack that away. I hope you enjoy. Okay, next we move on to accessories and jewellery. They are all going to stay in the packets for now. I know that it's a bit mad, but I just find them more organised if I keep them as they are. I've got a little set of Lisa Angel earrings, 2 little necklaces from them. If you watched my haul last week, you will have seen all of these pieces of jewellery that I bought, and also the hair clips and the hair grips as well. Then I've got this lovely little hat that I'm going to take as well, this pair of sunglasses, as well as another pair that are in the car, and then a nice easy mum bun fake hair thing. No, I don't have my hair extensions in. I've got to compensate with something. This one and that one will be coming with me, so we'll get packing them away.
Changing fast.
Okay, moving on to shoes. So I am only taking 1 pair of heels, which are these lovely wedges. I've got my new really pretty little sandals and then my River Island sandals. Then for the daytime I'm only going to take 2 pairs of shoes because I only ever end up wearing 2 pairs of shoes. So in case we go out anywhere, I have these lovely little sandals, and then for being around the pool or go down to the beach I have my super dry ones. As we've already packed all of the really heavy stuff, I'm now going to actually start packing the suitcases. Just a handy tip, when packing your suitcase, always pack your creams, your heavier items like your wash stuff, all that kind of thing. Pack those at the bottom end of the suitcase, and then when you come to stand it up, all the heavier items are already at the bottom, so it's not squishing your clothes down. Don't know where I learned that from, but a handy tip to know.
So go ahead and leave it. I don't know what's on your mind, and there's no way I can fix it, but you're also leaving me behind.
So next we've got all my evening dresses that I'm going to be wearing throughout the week. I'm making a conscious effort this year to go a little bit smarter, a little bit more classier, so I have gone for 7 long dresses. These 4 you would have seen on my Temu order last week. These two I picked up last year from New Look, and I have to admit I can't remember where I bought this from. I'm going to try and fit all of these into this bag, so we'll see how we go.
Just a few more hours, you'll be on your way, like dancing on a wire. Oh, how I try to make you stay. Won't you stay? Won't you stay? Or won't you stay? Won't you stay? Tell me all your secrets, 'cause I already forgot. I need to be stronger for my weakness. Oh, you think that I'm strong, but I'm not. Won't you stay? Won't you stay? Won't you stay? Won't you stay? Time races on, but I guess.
Okay, so the majority of it is already now in the case. I've got a few more bits to add. I haven't packed the things that I'm going to be using, like my toothbrush, the flannel. We're not going yet, so I've packed quite a bit earlier than what I normally would, but I just thought I need to get it done, need to get it out the way. But we'll now move on to bags. Okay, so I am in absolute shock. I have so many bags, my wardrobe is full. I love a really, really cheap bag, but I also really, really love an expensive bag. And oh my goodness, when these guys reached out to me, it couldn't have come at a perfect timing. I recently found somebody on YouTube that I really, really like to watch. I love her style, and I had seen people advertising Teddy Blake before, and the handbags look really nice, really good quality, but literally, I don't know, about a month before Teddy Blake reached out to me, the girl that I followed had just got a Teddy Blake bag, and I was like, oh my god, that is so nice. Went on the website, was absolutely blown away by the amount of different handbags they have on there. And this is completely my own opinion. I am just extremely excited to share this with you because I've been wanting one of these handbags for a little while, and I can't believe I have one. Let me stop waffling on about my excitement and let me show you. So it comes packaged in this beautiful little white box that you can keep it in. Now, I have contained myself. I have opened it once, but I then put it back in the packaging and back in the box again because I just wanted to show you it brand new, not used. So it comes wrapped in bubble wrap just to protect it even more. And then once you take the wrapping off, it comes in this beautiful little storage bag. And I mean, already the quality of this is just perfect. And the fact that it's a company from New York. So I'm so excited. I've been waiting weeks for this. Oh my goodness. Look at this beautiful bag. I really need to calm down. Can I just say that if you need a genuine, honest comparison of bag, I have Teddy Blake in my hand, and I also have my tote bag from Marc Jacobs, and I am not even joking. The quality of them is exactly the same. It is exactly the same. It is so well made. Come on. I mean, this one's a bit more, I don't know, used because I wear it a lot. It is exactly the same product. Again, I can't tell you what Marc Jacobs makes their bags out of, but for it to be so similar and a fraction of the price. So the one that I've chosen, it comes with this really cute little windy clasp. So you open it like this, and then, oh, again, like I said, I haven't actually used it yet. It comes with this lovely little handle in case you wanted to wear it off the shoulder, which again, very nice. But oh, inside. So the bag itself is quite deep. I mean, you can get, look, my hand goes all the way in. It might not seem that big on the TV, but like I said, my hand goes into there. So that's how deep the bag is. And as I said, it's a little bit Mary Poppins. You've got a little pocket here just to put your little bits and bobs in. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a bit weird. It just smells so good and it's very lightweight. I'm so happy. So just a little bit of contents on Teddy Blake. If you've not heard of them, as I said, I was very excited because I've seen a few people with their bags on YouTube and I just think that they're becoming the next great thing, and if they're not, they should be. I'm just trying to hook it up for you guys so that you can see it. I mean, even the detail down to the strap, to choose which strap you want, instead of it being a buckle, it's just a little clip. I mean, how lovely is that? I will definitely have to stretch it out a bit because I like to wear mine off the shoulder. A little bit more information about Teddy Blake. So they only use premium Italian luxury leather. You genuinely can tell. It is made to such a high quality. As I said, very similar to Marc Jacobs, and overall, I mean, this bag is going to last me a long time. All the bags are made in Italy by experienced craftsmen, so it's not just a little back-end shop down an alley just flinging them out. It is an actual proper factory using high quality leather by very experienced people. And if you didn't know, the factories that they make them in are exactly the same factories as other high-end fashion designers. So if any of you girls out there have got some really good well-known designer bags, you can guarantee that Teddy Blake are making their bags in exactly the same factories. They have so many different designs of handbags. Honestly, it took me days to choose this one. I decided to go for a littler bag because, as I said, my Marc Jacobs bag is quite big, so especially to take on holiday, I wanted just this little clutch bag. Daniel will have all of Alfie's bits and bobs, so I know that I can walk around with this lovely bag on my shoulder. But they create bags for every single occasion, different style choices in there for you, so many different colours, so many different ranges, so many different collections. I mean, it is endless. And if you subscribe to their website, you will also be able to see every time that they bring a new collection out, which is actually every single month. It's just more bags that I want. Talking of their website, if you go onto it, I actually sat down, like with all of the collaborations that I do, I always sit down and read their website, their About Us pages, everything, just purely because I like a little bit of background information when I'm talking to you. So this is all from me finding stuff out, and if you go onto their website, I was blown away because it gives you a really big eye-opener to how much other companies are charging for handbags when they actually don't need to be. And they actually have a little section that compares how much their bags are, how much they cost compared to other luxury brand designers. Obviously they don't mention names. Big fashion designers charge a lot more for marketing, for license fees, for so many other different things, and that is partly what adds money to the bags that you are buying. And obviously you're paying for a name as well. You are always paying for a name with designer bags. It's just a premium. Teddy Blake handbags are exactly the same quality, made in exactly the same way, made in exactly the same factories, but they are priced up at 70 to 90% less of the cost of the other bags. Don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. I have a very exciting offer and discount code for you. If you use my code TBLEK30, I'll leave it on the screen now, you will get $30 off of your purchase. So in UK, that's about £23 off your handbag. And I believe at the time of filming, they actually had a 60% off sale on their website. So you could go on there, get 60% off, and then get £23, $30 wherever you live off of that already. So check out the link in the description box below. I will also leave the link to my bag as well, just in case you wanted to check that out. Honestly, hand on heart, not doing this because I'm just doing this. I genuinely really love this bag. It's a little bit pricier than like River Island or New Look or that kind of thing, but it is worth its money. So thank you so much, Teddy Blake. I love it. Thank you so much. The time has come to take the tag off finally, because you are coming on holiday with me. So I'm going to pop him back in his lovely little bag, and he is going straight into the suitcase. It will close, she says. Oh yeah, we got one of the best things to do when you're closing your suitcase, lay on it. Let's see. There we go. Done. Oh, and now I've got 10 minutes to eat my lunch. Oh no, I forgot to pack the travel adapters. Although, to be fair, I have got to open this anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and eat my lunch. I'm going to go and get Alfie from school. We're going to chill for a bit this afternoon, and then I will see you tonight for our Q&As, which I'm so excited about. There are some really, I don't know why I'm still laying on this. Sorry, we have some really good questions for our Q&A tonight, and I'm really excited to answer them. Just in case anybody asks anything after I film, what I might do is do another set of Q&As in the future, and then any questions that haven't been answered, I will then answer them in the future. Thank you for watching this part of the vlog, and I will see you later on. Good evening, guys! It is actually a couple of days later. Ended up not being very well. Whenever do you have a week when you're not well, when you have a kid that goes to nursery? I've just got out of a nice long bath, got myself a nice cup of tea, and thought what better time to film this Q&A. So thank you very much for my questions. I do have quite a fair few to get through, and there are some really good ones in there, so I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you enjoy my answers. So we will get started with who is my favourite person. Now, I didn't quite know whether this was a person that I knew or a celebrity. If it was favourite person like in my life, I'd find that really hard to choose, because I love all of my family, and I don't think that I could actually pick one person out of all my family. Obviously Alfie is my favourite mini person, but celebrity wise, this is either gonna make you love me even more or unsubscribe. Our family is very into F1, so Formula 1, and in F1 you are either Team Red Bull or you're not, and I have to admit I'm very Team Red Bull. My favourite person or favourite celebrity at this current moment in time is Max Verstappen. Now, I know that some people are going to be like, oh my god, what? I love Max Verstappen. I love everything about him. Moving on to my favourite food. I am a very desserts girl. I like my chocolate. My favourite meal would probably have to be Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner with all the trimmings on it. Stuffing, pigs in blankets, parsnips. That is my favourite dinner, but my favourite food specifically would actually have to be the Ben & Jerry's ice cream, but Winter Wonderland. So it's mint chocolate chip, and they only ever bring that out obviously in the winter, but that is my favourite ever food. I buy one every weekend. The next question is, who is my favourite artist? This was a very easy one. I have loved this band since I was about, 14, 15, and that band is the amazing Green Day. I love Green Day. Green Day got me through my teenage years. I was a little bit emo-y. I always loved Good Charlotte, Blink-182, Biffy Clyro. Growing up, Green Day was on repeat all the time. I first found them when American Idiot came out. I think we were on holiday and we randomly bought it, and I fell in love with it. And Billy Joe from that day. I love this question, and I also found it really hard to answer, which is my most wholesome memory. Now I actually have two. So my first one, I used to go around to my nan and granddad's a lot when I was younger. As a child, I loved Lord of the Dance, you know, the Irish dancing. I loved Lord of the Dance, and yes, I wanted to be Michael Flatley's girlfriend, not to like be with Michael Flatley. I wanted to be a dancer. I really did. I thought I knew all the moves. I used to dance around my nan's living room all the time. Ornaments would be getting knocked off because I was like a little elephant jumping around the room. I really thought I had the moves down. But my granddad used to come home from work, we'd have dinner, and then my nan used to say it was near enough every single Friday. He'd have his beer in his pint glass, and then I used to have like a little mini pint glass, and my nan used to buy me a Dr. Pepper, which every time my granddad would go and get himself a beer, he used to come in with a little bit of Dr. Pepper. And I remember laying on my granddad with my Dr. Pepper watching Lord of the Dance. And I mean, he was in no way a fan of Lord of the Dance. Every week he would lay with me and we would sit and just watch Lord of the Dance together. And that stuck out as a massive memory, and one that I treasure a lot, because we lost my granddad quite a long time ago now. I think it's something like 15 years ago, and yeah, still hurts to this day. The other one would probably be, we used to live near Northampton, and all my family at the time, we all lived very close to each other. So we lived in Findon. My nan and granddad used to live in Wellingborough, and I think my uncle and auntie lived in Wellingborough as well, I'm not quite sure. And another memory that I'll always have, which we luckily also had on videotape but we no longer can use it anymore, is just Christmas. I remember sitting on the floor with my sisters with our sacks that we put our presents in, and we used to sing to Father Christmas, singing little carols and all that kind of thing. And I just remember a specific Christmas. I don't know when it was, I don't know how old I was, I just remember that, looking around and all my family being there. And yeah, that's what I want Alfie to have. And so if you did watch our Christmas vlog, you'd have seen Alfie sitting at our fireplace singing, because that's something that I really enjoyed as a child, is one of my fondest memories, and that's what I want for him. The next question is the top 3 things I love the most. I think number 1 would just be, I don't know, just making memories. I think that's a big one. Being with friends and family, just doing stuff. I think, what is life for except for making memories? This year I am very excited because we have a lot of things planned, a lot of exciting holidays coming up. We've got Morocco. Me, Daniel and Alfie are looking at going somewhere together, just us 3, and that will be our first ever holiday, just us 3. So that'll be really exciting. We're going away to Cornwall later on in the year, and we're also going to New York in November. So let's just say, yeah, one of my top 3 things that I love the most is actually probably just going on holiday. Let's just say that instead of making memories, we'll say going on holiday, being with people that I love, having a good time. That's probably the thing that I love the most in life. Number 2, I think it's got to be cozy nights in. I love being in my living room with my candles on, warm, safe and chilled. I know that's a little bit opposite to the thing that I said first, but there's nothing more that I love than if I've got something on that I'm watching. And does anybody else do this, where they just like look around the room and they're like, oh, I'm so happy. I don't know if that's just me, but sometimes I end up not watching the TV and I'm watching the candles instead. Love the fact that I have a nice home, and I'm lucky enough to have a nice home, and I love being at home. I am very much a home person. I've always loved being cozy and comfortable and not doing a lot. Doing my hobbies. I like my cross stitching, so I'll probably stick something on. I'll probably do some of that after I've done this Q&A. Do you want to see? Do you want to see it? Okay, so I have quite a lot of cross stitches. Okay, so I'm just going to turn number 3 into hobbies because I've got quite a few little hobbies. Cross stitching, as I've mentioned. I love drawing. I've obviously got my Etsy shop. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you a few of my cross stitches that I've got. So I'll start off with the one that I'm currently doing, which is a very difficult and time consuming one by Luca S, and I really like these cross stitches. So that is the cross stitch that I'm doing, and that's all I've done so far. Like, it might look a lot, but it's hardly anything. compared to how much I've got to do, it's literally a tiny corner. And then I've also got another Luca S one. Daniel actually bought me this for our anniversary last year. And then I've got the gold collection. I'm doing this one because my nan used to love cross stitching. She used to do the famous ones of these. I think you've got spring, summer, winter and autumn. And she do spring? I can't remember, but yeah, my mum and my nan both love doing this. And then Anchor, which again is quite similar to the other one. So we'll just say Hobbies is my third favourite thing. As well as, like, I find this really difficult because I love history as well. I love really old history. I love mummies, the Elizabethan era, the plague. There was a programme on Netflix about castles. I can't remember what it was called, but it was just a documentary series about all different castles. I love that kind of stuff, as well as pyramids, all them kind of things I love so much and I'm so invested in. So that's 4 for you. We'll just say they're the 4 things I love the most. The next question was, what did I want to become as a child? Now, going back to Lord of the Dance, I really wanted to be on stage, but my time came to be on stage when I was in the school production show of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I was Reuben, the oldest brother, but I hated it. I really hated it. I had one verse, I think, that I had to sing, and I was awful. The fact that it was filmed as well, I was absolutely awful and I hated it. I really did. So that was a definite no. And then what I really wanted to be when I was younger was a paramedic. I really liked the idea of helping people and the possibility of saving someone's life. I really wanted to do that, but I was not clever enough. I hated science. Again, I was way more into history and art than I was into science, which then obviously killed the mood for the paramedic because you have to have science as an entry level to get into it. So I then studied health and social care at college, which I only did 1 year because I also hated that. I wasn't the biggest fan of learning. I wasn't very good at revising. School, I loved school, I really did, but I just didn't bother, which looking on now I should have done. The 8th question is, what do I like to watch in my free time? Well, the list is absolutely endless. So as I said, Formula 1, we watch that every weekend that it's on. The Drive to Survive will be out soon. I think that comes out on the 24th of February, so we will be watching that. Other than that, it's either YouTube. I love to watch all my other little YouTube channels. I'm very much into other channels that have got roughly about the same subscribers as me. I'll add a couple of people that I really like down below. They might not be your cup of tea, but personally, I really love watching them. Then I also I'm very much into EastEnders. I've watched that since I was probably about 17, so I love EastEnders. We love our series. We've not long finished The Last Kingdom, which, if you've not seen, it's kind of Games of Thrones but without the dragons. It's about Vikings. Very good if you like that kind of thing. Talking of Vikings, we are now currently watching Vikings, which I'm really enjoying. I don't think it's as good as The Last Kingdom, but apparently the first 3 series aren't that great, and then from 4 onwards it starts getting really good, and that's where we're on season 4. And then I just like a little bit of crappy TV, to be fair. I love The Apprentice. I know that's coming out soon. The Traitors I've been absolutely loving. If anybody has been watching The Traitors, I have just watched the final. Please comment down below with what you think. I won't put any spoilers, so don't worry if you haven't watched it yet, but savage. And then Rise and Fall will be coming out soon. I'm hoping, because I love a bit of Greg James, and that was really good last year, so I'm really hoping that they'll bring that out. But yeah, that is the sadness of my life. My favourite movie, now this was a very easy but a very hard decision because I have a lot of films that are my favourite. I literally have so many, but my top one is Twister, which had Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt in it, and they were like Twister hunters, and it makes it so hard for me to watch now Bill Paxton's no longer with us. Literally, I'm not even joking. I'll tell you a very sad story, but sad as in like I'm just sad. I love Bill Paxton purely because, again, Twister was one of them films that I used to watch around my nan and granddad. So just the music for me, whenever I hear the music, it takes me back to sitting with them watching it. I remember once I woke up getting ready to go to work and my nan rang me and I was like, this is stupid o'clock in the morning, why is she ringing me? And she rang me, she's like, have you seen the news? And I was like, no. And she said, I'm so sorry, but Bill Paxton's passed away. It was as if Bill Paxton was a member of my own family. I cried so much. I think because we'd obviously lost granddad, it's just a memory that's related to my granddad, and it's sad, I know. I still went into work that day. He wasn't a next of kin or anything, so I couldn't have the day off. Question number 10 was, what makes me happy? I think again it's quite similar to the other question, being with my family, being with my friends, eating. I am also a person that I like to make people laugh. I like to bring people joy, if you know what I mean. I just like to see people happy, and if I can make somebody happy, then that makes me happy. Being out for walks near the sea, being on holiday. I'm finding it very hard to kind of like stick to one thing, so I do apologise if you wanted one thing, and I am also aware that this vlog is going to be very long. The only other thing that I can think of that might be out of the norm is I love tarots, oracle cards. That makes me very happy, being quite spiritual. I don't meditate that much, but when I do, I like to put a bit of meditation on in the bath and just chill there for a bit. I'm doing YouTube as well. I think that really makes me happy. My next question was, what job did I have before becoming a mum? So I was a carer for elderly people from the age of 17. I basically came straight out of college. I passed my health and social care diploma, foundation, something, I don't know, it's been that long. I scraped by, and I had the choice of staying on for another 2 years, and I just, as I said, learning was not for me. Not in a rebellious way. I was never rebellious or naughty or anything like that. I can't stand revising, and I can't stand physically learning something. So the only job that I knew that I'd get straight into was care, because you didn't have to have any qualifications for it. So at 17, I started out in an elderly person's home, and then by the time I was 18, I was senior, and I stayed a senior carer there for, I think, a further 6 years, something like that. I think I left when I was 24, 25, but then I moved into office work for a care company. So instead of going out and doing the rounds, I was in the office. So I used to do all the social care plans. I'd be on the phone answering questions. Sometimes they all used to ring up just to chat, so we used to sit and chat to them, which is really nice. I used to do the rotas, but I have to admit, I loved that job. It was just being in an office jobs, just they're not for me, and I stuck at that I think for about 2 years. I went into being a receptionist at a doctor's surgery. So when you ring up your doctors next time, just be very mindful of the people that you're speaking to, because it might be a very unpopular opinion, but receptionists are just doing their jobs. The amount of times people used to say to me, well, it's none of your business. It's like, well, it is, because I need to know who to direct you to. If you don't tell me what it is, you don't need to go into detail. If you don't tell me what the rough guideline is, I don't know whether you need to go to that nurse, to that nurse, to that doctor, because some doctors actually are better qualified in some areas than others, and people don't realise that. And it really grates me when people talk about receptionists, because again, they're only trying to do their job, and people are so rude. Like, what you got to think about is, yes, you've been waiting on the phone for however long, but when you have 9,000 patients and 4 people on the phone, it's a lot of people to get through. And when you've had call after call after call after call after call of abuse, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, I was a doctor's receptionist, and then I went into prescriptions after that, and that was even worse. I hated it. So then thankfully I met Daniel, and I actually moved from Norfolk to Leicester. And then in Leicester, before I had Alfie, I then went into a care home with young people with learning difficulties. I looked after 5 very lovely lads in this care home. I can't call it a care home, residential home. It was very challenging at some times, but was by far my favourite job. It really was. And the thing is with care, and if any of you are carers out there or nurses or have any job within the care company sector, it is always such a great job because of the people that you work with. The people that you work with are in the care setting, as in the homes themselves. I've made some of the best friends and I miss them so much because some of them I now no longer live near, so that's really sad. And then others I really do need to catch up with the girls that I used to work with here. Yeah, so I have always been a carer, which is why I wanted to try YouTube before going back into care again, because I really want to work for myself. I really don't want to have to work for anybody else again. And yeah, so I hope that was a good answer. Oh, did I enjoy it? Yes and no. The elderly care, okay, I'm gonna be very real. I'm gonna be very real. I would never do elderly care again, just purely because I have nothing against the company that I worked for or for the people that I worked for. I just felt that towards the end of when I worked there, you're a number and you're very easily replaced. That's how I felt after putting 7-8 years of my life into that one specific home. I was witness to something that happened with another carer and I lost all faith in the company that I worked for. The care job itself was very demanding. It was very hard work. It was very sad at times as well. Obviously, being in an elderly home, you would have people pass away and you would be there whilst they were passing away, after they'd passed away. I mean, I never really found that too distressing because for me, they were no longer in pain anymore and we were there for them. If they had no other family members, we ended up being their family anyway, because a lot of the people that we had come in, not a lot of their family came to visit, so we were their family. And there would be many a time that I would finish my shift, and if that person wasn't very well or I know that they were close to passing away, I would stay on, and a lot of us used to stay on. And to be there for someone and hold their hand and know that you'd help them, it's just a nice feeling. It could also be a very funny place to work in. Again, like I said, the carers that I worked with were some of the funniest people that I've ever worked with in my life, because I used to work with the same people each week. There was 4 or 5 of us and we got on really, really well, and we used to have so much fun together. I mean, some of the residents there were so funny, like not in like us taking the mick out of them or anything. They were just funny and they used to make us laugh and we used to make them laugh. And everybody always says it's a very rewarding job. It is, and I had some of the best times of my life in there. But I just, yeah, ever since I left there, I have realised that in the care company you are just a number. And if I had to go back, then I would, but I would prefer not to. So going from that very deep topic, I now move on to my next question, which is, do I ever get bits and bobs from charity shops? So completely different. The answer is yes, I do. I don't very often buy clothes, shoes or anything like that from charity shops. I have to admit, I can't be bothered, like TK Maxx, I can't be bothered to rifle through everything. Unless something catches my eye, it is very rare that I buy clothes and shoes and accessories, that kind of thing, from charity shops. However, I absolutely love a charity shop book. A lot of the books that I have are from charity shops. I love a charity shop ornament. The amount of bits and bobs that I have bought, like this, hang on, I literally bought this the other day, just this little tea light holder, and I believe it was £1.50. Literally £1.50. I mean, if you go into like a high-end shop and you see them, that's going to be about 20 quid, so bargain. Yeah, I love any kind of bits and bobs shops. We're quite lucky because if you've ever been up our way, I live near to Hunstanton, and Hunstanton has got a lot of charity shops in it. If you ever come up this way or ever near or live near and you do like a charity shop, let me tell you, Burnham Market, oh my lord, that is the the posh area of near where I live. And apparently Johnny Depp has got a house there, apparently. I mean, I've never seen him. But their charity shops, because they are on the richer side of the scale, they have all designer stuff. So if you're ever up this way or taking a visit to Norfolk and near the Burnham Market area, please go and check out their charity shops. Okay, so the next one is, it's beautiful where I live. Is it expensive here, or are there any affordable housings for young people starting out? Now, it is very expensive here, and I just think at the moment, with the way the country is, everywhere is expensive. It's hard for any young people starting out to get on the housing ladder, I think. As you know, we rent here, and as it is quite a big house, the rent is quite high, but it's just, we just can't afford to get onto the housing market. We just can't. And the thing is, the rent for this house, I said, you know what it looks like, you know how big it is. It's a pretty big house. For a house that is probably half the size of this, around here, you're probably looking at a couple of £100 less. So the actual difference between having a small house and having a house like this, there isn't much gap. So, because we've thought in the past, should we jack this house in and go for somewhere that's a little bit less expensive, a little bit smaller? But when you look around, they're either apartments that are too small for us anyway, or they're houses that are half the size but only a few £100 cheaper. So for us, we've got no choice, we've got to stay here. I mean, we are hoping to buy our own house, but like I said, we're actually just going to wait until hopefully the house prices come down, whether it takes 2 years, 5 years. I personally believe that for what you're getting around here is not worth the money. It really isn't. So I'm more than happy to wait and see how it goes. And then finally, the last question is YouTube more time consuming than you thought when you first started? Yes it is. Okay, I will tell you exactly how I film and edit. So on a Monday and Friday, Alfie doesn't go to school, so I don't film on a Monday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Unless, let's say, Easter's coming up, I'll probably film at the weekend then, but normally I don't very often film when he's home unless we go out for a walk or something. I normally film on a Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I edit Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening. And now I'm trying to get my head around doing reels and TikToks and all that kind of stuff. I'm struggling with, like I've said before, I am not very good with technology at all, and the TikToks I'm just struggling with. It is so time consuming. Like filming an average day-to-day thing can take twice as long as what it does to just do like cleaning. My power hour would normally take me about an hour, but it took me an hour and a half the other day just because you're sorting things out, trying to get things in the right angles. Last week I did my dress haul, and it's not just the filming it. You've got to do the voiceover, you've got to add bits on screen. This vlog is going to take me a long time to edit because it's been, I mean, at the moment, I've been recording for 53 minutes and 28 seconds. But obviously it won't be that long when it comes out. I love it. I really do love it. I love everything about it, but it is very time consuming. And then you've got to obviously upload it, create your thumbnails again, which I don't think I'm very good at. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. I find it fun. It's not like a job. I don't find it like work. And that's partly the reason why I changed my upload days to Sunday, so that if I didn't get stuff done, I'm not rushing myself just to get it out. But when Alfie goes to school full time the end of this year, it will give me Monday to Friday, unless I go and get a proper job. I will have the full week to be able to do it. So it will free up my evenings so much more, because at the moment I have no evenings free. Literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my editing evenings. Friday is mine and Daniel's date night. Saturday, at the moment, my mum's been coming around because Masked Singer's on. She's normally here on a Sunday as well. And then Monday is like my only evening that I've got to myself. So hence the reason why I don't go out anymore. But like I say, I don't mind. I really don't mind it. I am getting quicker as well, which is good. But as I have said, this vlog is going to be a very lengthy vlog. So I do apologise for that. As you will have noticed as well, I need to put out a post to say that the vlog is going to be earlier this week. I'm actually going to upload it on Wednesday because we've got a family event happening later on in the week, and I know that I'm not going to have time to upload it and do it all when I normally would. So I'm putting it out there early just so that I don't have to worry about it later on in the week. So I hope that's okay. It won't carry on that way. It will then go back to Sundays as normal. We've got some very exciting vlogs coming up for you, which I can't wait to share with you. I hope that you've enjoyed this vlog. Please let me know what you think to my packing. Thank you so much to everybody, as always, for watching. If you've liked the vlog, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you turn your notifications on so that you know when my vlog is live, and I shall see you all next week. So take care of yourself, guys. Bye bye.